Welcome to Get 5,000 Facebook Fans for Fitness Business Owners. Today we're going to talk about how to use fan page insights to really determine what is and what is not working for our fan page. With our clients, why it's important to monitor their progress. We understand that by tracking their fitness and nutrition, that we can more likely guarantee them results because there's 168 hours in the week. Even if we train them for 3 hours a week, what are they doing in that 165 hours? How do we know what they're doing if they're not tracking that? And I love the option that Facebook gives you to track so specifically and so in depth what exactly is happening on your fan page. So let's look a little bit into these insights and how they work. So we're going to use the Personal Trainers of United fan page here. You can see we have almost 10,000 fitness business owners from around the globe. This page is a couple of years old. It's only really been the last 4 or 5 months have really started growing this fan page. You'll notice up at the top here we have the admin panel. Okay, now if you're not able to see the admin panel, you can click on hide here and then show, and that will open it up if you're not yet looking at it. You can see this little part here, it says insights. We want to click on the see all part. Okay, and then in here we have different sections in the insights. So I'm just going to quickly go through what they are, what it all means, but then more importantly, how can we use this to use our fan page more successfully, to grow it more successfully and more effectively communicate with our followers. So you can see on here when I click on the overview, we've got our total likes. You can see it's up 4%. That our virality is quite high. It's up 4 million rather, 0.3 friends of fans. You can see it through the newsfeed. There's only just over 1,000 people talking about this. This is usually a bit higher. This is pretty important because I saw a post recently that said that use the expression that, or example that, having 5,000 customers or having 5,000 likes and only having 500 people talking about it, it's like having 5,000 people on your database but only 500 people shopping at your store. So you really want to get people talking about it and raving on about it. I have noticed that this is higher midweek, which is interesting. The weekly total reach of how many people have actually seen the posts, like actually seen and looked at, and total subscribers. You can see there's a bit of a chart here on how many people reached each. So this is chunked down day by day. So you can see roughly there's around 55 to 60,000 being reached through this fan page each day. You can see how many people are talking about it each day roughly. This is it's pretty consistent, and you can see how many times I've posted each day as well. Remember in the beginning we spoke about 3 to 5 posts a day. You can see I've got 3 posts, 4 posts, 7 posts, 3 posts. Okay, there's a couple of days here missing. You probably find they're probably weekends or either side of the weekends as well. If I scroll down though, this is what I love. It actually has every single post that you've posted, information about that post. If you're not sure which post it is, you can just click on it and then you can see which post it is that you posted exactly, and you can even view it and so forth. Now, it shows you here each post how much you've reached, how many people engaged in that post, how many people commented, liked or shared, and how many people are talking about it. And most of all, what I think is probably the most important is the virality. The virality talks about how viral that's gone, how many people have seen it, how many people engaged, and overall. If you want, you can go and promote this post at any time as well. You can see here on the right-hand side. We have talked about promotions in another tutorial. So let's look at the ones that stand out here. You can see this one 30%, which is quite massive. Over 500 people talking about it, 600 engaged users, and 1,900 reach. That's pretty massive. So this is good information because we can click on this and go, what was this? And we can see it's a meme. We all know that these memes are quite popular. If we click on view post, okay, you can tell as you can see it's a burpee one, and it's had pretty good. It's had 170. It's had 180 people like it and 100 shares. That's quite massive. So wouldn't you agree that that virality of this post, and this just proves how powerful these posts are. I didn't even tag this one like the tagging strategy I taught you in another tutorial. I didn't even tag this, and look at the virality of that. Imagine how many likes we received from that. So if we go back, we know that they're good, so we want to keep posting things like that each day because we're going to generate more likes, more interaction, and we're going to grow those numbers. Okay, we can look at things that didn't work. Okay, this one here has 8 engaged users. Let's have a look at this. Okay, this is about a free business health check. I've offered a free business health check, and it hasn't really worked that well. So one, we either need to not offer that, or 2, I need to change the wording or something like that. This is fascinating because I posted this same post on another page and it had great response. So you can go through and have a look what is working. Here's another good one as well that worked really well. Not surprisingly, this is the comical one. People love funny things. This is quite funny. Weighted bench dips, you're doing them wrong. Obviously, it's a comical thing. If we scroll down, you can see it's had around 60 60 likes, 26 shares, and 12 comments. So it's quite viral. Okay, this is what I was saying before too, your different types of posts. These pictures, motivational quotes, these kind of pictures, these memes, these motivational quotes, people love them. They like and they share them, they go crazy. They're great to attract people to your page to get likes, but they don't necessarily turn likes into clients. But we need to get people liking your page first. These are great to get people to your page first of all. Okay, then we want to capture those people's emails and phone numbers so we can put them on our email database, our text database, and then we can promote our services to them and upsell them from there. Okay, we can look at another one down here. We've got an event here. This one's had it's been quite viral. This is Science of Juice Plus. The reason why is I actually advertise this, and you can see that on here there's only 3 people that have liked this exact event. But if I go in here, I should be able to see in here, I spent $12 on promoting it, 1,780 people, and down here with my post, talks about that it shows all 6-page photo views, 5-page post likes, 3-page, okay, so it has all the stats in there as well, so you can see all that, and that's why that one was so viral. That's one of the events that I promoted. So what does this really mean? Well, what this means is this gives us information to determine which statuses are working, which ones aren't. So we can go in here, and if things aren't working, the definition of insanity is trying to achieve the same thing. Trying to achieve, no, yes or yes. The definition of insanity is trying to achieve a different result from doing the same thing over and over. Einstein used to say this himself, right? So we know that things aren't working, we can look in here and we can stop doing those and keep using things that are working. If we go to our likes up here, the next section, I actually really like this one. We can see our demographic. So we can see in here that 47% of our likes are females, 51% are male. And we can determine, well, who are our target market and are we appealing to them, and we can use this as information. We can see in here that our main age group is 25 to 34, okay, which is interesting. That makes up pretty much almost half of our entire page. If you scroll down, you can see which countries and cities and so forth as well, so you can work out how many hot leads you actually have to make sure that you are exposing if you do have a local business, to your local area. Okay, you can see in here top countries and top cities. And if you scroll down, you see how many likes a day we're getting here. I really like watching this one as well. You can see, we're getting about 70 or 80 new likes every single day on this page consistently. And that's just using all the strategies that we use in this Get 5,000 Facebook fans program. Now, how would you like to have 70 or 80 new likes every single day consistently? Like imagine if you work that over per year. I am a personal trainer, so I'm going to use a calculator. I think there's 365 days in the year, isn't there? Something like that. Let's go 365 times 80. That's 29,000 fans a year. Let's times that by 5 years. 146,000 fans you would have in 5 years. How incredible is that? Talk about compounding effect. We know things grow exponentially as well. It's not really that simple. Okay, now we can use this as demographic as well. We can determine is it mainly male, female, what age groups, which cities, which countries, and how that's working. Here we've got our reach. So it talks about who we reach the most, which age groups we actually reach, which obviously makes sense. It's mainly 25 to 34, which is probably our target market anyway. And then which cities and countries and to what extent, and it chunks it right down here as well. If you scroll all the way down, it goes all the way into total page views as well as unique views and so forth. There was something interesting I wanted to show you about the mobile, talking about this section. It's really simply that. The people that are talking about it, getting engaged, you can see 478 from Australia, 336 from the United States and so forth. So again, we can make sure that our target market is using and sticking to this. Let's go back to the likes section. I just want to, this is really fascinating. Like sources. This is where people like your page from. Notice how most of our likes come from mobile, which means that most of them are from iPhone or smartphone. Okay, so that's probably about 2/3. 2/3 of our entire likes to this page are people that are liking it from their iPhone. Isn't that fascinating? Wow. Thanks, Steve Jobs. That's incredibly powerful. I think this is important information to know as well. So you might look at this and go, oh, this is great. Some people love this stuff. People don't really care. They just want to add value and post and communicate. But what does this really mean? What can we use this for? Well, the 3 main reasons why I think this is important, besides knowing when things aren't working and what is working, is what specifically. One is when we're creating ads. We know that we can set the age, the gender, and the locations according to our people that we're appealing to most in our fan page. 2, when we're promoting our posts and our offers, we know that when we change change those, we know who to promote them to, and what kind of wording and what kind of pictures and what's going to work based on the stats back here in our overview of each individual status. And also in our status updates, when we're posting individual statuses, we can look here, go back at the past status, this is individual status, and work out what does work, what doesn't, so that way when we're writing statuses, we're not just guessing and hoping for the best. We want to get as many likes, comments, and shares as possible, add value, add information, add some fun, add some entertainment as well. So there you have it, the basic overview of the insights and how to use them. I recommend that just even just once a week, just check these and watch that they all are growing. You want to see this go, this number gets quite big, quite fast, the friends of fans, and you want to make sure your virality is quite large. If you've got a fan page, you've got 1,000 people on there, 50 people are talking about it, and you're not getting many likes, shares, or comments, and you've got to ask yourself, what can we do differently? You need to change your approach. I hope you find this information useful on using the insights, and you find it insightful.